Ford is releasing the Mustang GTD, and it is putting the fear of God into Porsche. Housing this amazing engine is a 3,200 horsepower. What's up, guys? It's John out here filming in Virginia. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. But if you guys are new to the channel, we do builds, we do reviews, and we have candid conversations about cars. So if any of that interests you guys at all, consider hitting that subscribe button. Ford is releasing the Mustang GTD, and this thing is a beast. This car is specifically engineered for GT racing. It's something that you can take to the track on Sunday, but also drive to work on Monday. This thing has a beast of a motor, boasting 800 horsepower and a 5.2 supercharged V8. Housing this amazing engine is a 3,200 pound carbon fiber body. Also has lightweight magnesium wheels, active suspension, super aggressive aerodynamics, as well as a ginormous rear wing on the back with a DRS system which allows it to go faster on the straights. This car is built with a purpose, and that purpose is attacking the GT3 RS, the king of the ring, and GT racing. So what does the GT3 RS have that the GTD doesn't? Nothing. The GT3 RS has active aero, it has active suspension, it has a carbon fiber body, it has lightweight magnesium wheels. This thing has everything that the Mustang has, maybe even less. While the Mustang is pushing out 800 horsepower, this car is boasting a 4-liter flat six, pushing out about 520 horsepower. The GT3 RS is pushing out around 342 pound-feet of torque. Now, we don't have the torque specs for the Mustang GTD yet, but from what we can tell from the current Mustang, it'll have probably close to 500 pound-feet of torque, maybe even more than that. If you aren't familiar with Porsche's racing history, let me fill you in real quick, or at least give you the highlights. Porsche has 19 wins at Le Mans. That is the most out of any manufacturer that has raced there. They also hold the most consecutive win record at Le Mans. They also have over 100 class wins throughout the history of their cars. With that being said, Porsche has had a lot of time to research and develop building the perfect sports car, that being the GT3 RS. Now, when I was planning this video, it was going to be all about how the Mustang doesn't have it. There's no way that this car, this Mustang, can beat a Porsche, can beat a car that has been beaten and broke down and made into something just amazing. There's no way that it can do it. Well, after researching the specs and whatnot, I eventually realized that this Mustang actually may have what it takes to, 1, beat Porsche at the Nürburgring, and 2, beat Porsche in a competitive setting on a GT track. This very well might be the new Ford versus Ferrari. Much like Ferrari, Porsche has a history of racing and successful racing. And just like Ford versus Ferrari, Ford is coming in as a dark horse, as the underdog, coming in to challenge the king. GT racing has been Porsche's bread and butter, so much so that the GT3 RS, that is the car that sets the benchmark for any other GT car that comes off the production line. So say Ford does beat Porsche. Say they take the GTD out to the Nürburgring and they beat Porsche's lap time. Say they win on the track in the competitive setting of racing. What does this do for both companies? I see this as a moment of history repeating itself. Much like how Ferrari got a ton of backlash when Ford beat them at Le Mans, I think Porsche is going to get a very similar treatment, if not 10 times more so than Ferrari. Just because of the age that we live in with social media and being able to share content in the blink of an eye, Porsche is going to get lit up if Ford beats them on the track. On the flip side, I can see Ford getting a ton of praise for beating a team like Porsche. The Ford Mustang street car is one that doesn't have the greatest reputation, especially in the 21st century. It's something that is considered a disruption. It does all these burnouts all the time. It's the guy at the car meet that you frankly don't want around. If the GTD beats the GT3 RS on track, I can see the perspective of the Mustang. I can see the public view on the Mustang change to something way more positive of, this is actually a sports car that can be taken seriously. This is one that isn't just gonna rip donuts in the middle of an intersection. It's actually something that might be able to go to a track and actually do something. As a whole, when it comes to GT racing, this does a big thing for America. GT racing has primarily been a European sport. Companies like Porsche, BMW, Ferrari, Audi, and so many more take part in the IMSA series. Now, of course, you have a couple of C8 Corvettes that are owned by privately owned teams, or even a lower Chevy team that'll try to compete in these races. But other than that, it's a mainly European circuit. Now you have a true American team competing for wins on a European circuit. Now you have races here that are still being driven by European cars. American fans are going to start showing out, and they're going to start showing their support for Ford, for an American company, to start winning these races. So what do you guys think? Do you think Ford has what it takes to take on Germany's best? Do you think they're going to win at the Nürburgring and become the new king? Or do you think that it's all a sham and it's just going to be hype? Let us know what you think in the comments. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, love y'all. Peace. The car has active freaking frack, man.
You even bounced on it too. Active.
Active. Holy active suspension, Batman. Okay.